I'm back. Same, different day, same hat. But it's install day. We're back at the same spot, but we got multiple GRs here. We got 2 white, we got a flame blue in the back. We're here to put on something else from RacerX again. I mean, listen, if you don't know by now, we are the RacerX Boys, okay? We done throw RacerX parts on everything with the GR. RacerX, if you're watching these videos, holler at your boy. I want to try out that intake, okay? Let's talk. Let's talk. Let me show you what we're doing today. Flipping this around. See what I told you? RacerX Boys. That's the last 2 things I put on here. This was a pitch mount, this is a catch can, and then today we have something else. So this is the Turbo Inlet. So if you look on the back of it, Turbo Inlet from RacerX Fabrication. I showed you this piece before, but we just didn't have time to put it on, and today we're gonna throw it on to this car right here, Blue Flame GR Corolla. So here's what this is. If you don't know, Turbo Inlet goes basically where the stock piece goes onto the turbo to help better airflow, larger opening. Here's a tube that kind of goes from the OEM piece, and then it connects here. It's kind of like this onto the turbo, mounts it up, better flow, more horsepower, better sounds. There also are 2 clamps in here that they provide. So if you look inside the box, 2 clamps right here that are gonna go clearly right there and on one end. And then there are two bolts like Allen keys that bolt into here. We may try to use the OEM ones because they're not Allen keys, because you strip an Allen key, it's all bad. It's all bad. So we're gonna throw this on. This should take not that long because we've done this before. So give it like an hour or so and I'll check back. All right, work is happening. This down here, see this, that's the little point right there. That is a turbo inlet. So that is what we're gonna be taking off. Probably can see his hand down there working. But this right there, that little piece has to come off that clamp. And then we're gonna remove this piece from the bottom and then move on to the next thing and putting that whole piece on. This shouldn't be, this, you don't have to take off the entire piece at the top here that kind of flows all the way back to this intake. If you see right here, I don't know if you can really kind of tell. You can see it a little bit, but all the hoses and stuff are already on it. But there's a piece that connects to the intake right there. This is the 6-element one. So there's like a piece that comes to the back, flows back here, and meets the factory inlet tube that I've shown you before, and then it meets its way all the way down here. That's the plastic that you see kind of flowing right here. This piece, see that? My hand went. That's what's there, but we're taking off just the bottom piece right there. It's off. See, just that quick. I know I didn't show you that much. I'll show you under the car what it looks like when it's off, but we've done this before, okay? We've done this. It's the piece that goes from the stock turbo on your car. This is what you're gonna take off. So this is what we're replacing. Show you the comparison real quick. So let me just get on this little table. We got a little work table now, okay? I'm moving up in this world. So, stock OEM inlet, RacerX one, I mean, already. Massive difference in size, opening. So if you look here, see there? That's what we're doing. Increase airflow. So that's there. Then we have this piece here, and this was in comparison to the OEM one. If you look, it might be kind of hard to compare, but hold on, let me get this. There we go. Okay, hold on. Chill out. All right, find out what you're doing. See here? That's the difference. So it might be a little hard to kind of see this, but this is bigger than the OEM one. You can kind of place it over it. Not by a huge amount. Let's just say not even half an inch, maybe like 1/4 inch bigger, but it makes a difference. That's what we're here for. We're here for efficiency and difference. So this is going on. This is going on. This is now off. This right here, this is off to the side. I'm gonna sneak myself under the car and show you the opening that's there. That way you can see what we took off. That's a stock turbo. Inlet is off. You can kind of see up above, maybe where we came down from the original one, the OEM one. See the opening? That is where we come down here, and we're gonna attach right here onto this turbo. So you gotta kind of get all these pieces. Let me back up, son. See, you gotta get all those pieces on there, screwed on, no special tools, just good old by hand work, as you can see there. And we'll show you the aftermath. Okay, so this little stud right here that you see on the turbo, this piece actually for the RacerX setup, see the front of the turbo, see the little stud right there, that actually has to come off. This little piece comes with the RacerX setup. Zoom in on it real quick. That takes off the stud that you're gonna have to use to take it off of there, because if you look at this piece right here, see it's completely flat against the turbo and it's kind of recessed in with Allen keys. So I know previously we talked about not using these Allen keys, but unfortunately, you're gonna have to use these. These are the new ones that go into the turbo. So this piece right here, this you're gonna have to use to get that stud off of the turbo, and then put this flush against it, and then put the Allen keys on. They give you the piece inside of the kit, so it's not a terrible idea. So even if you don't have it, they give it for you. You can put it on, take it, keep it in your toolbox. Turbo inlet is on, and we are now, as you can see, putting on these little Allen key bolts on each side. That's what you need to install on this, and then after you're gonna put the tube on, and then it is done. Inlet is now on. Fair warning though, these little clamps here, put these on separately. Do not attempt to put these on with that inlet on, because you have to move the hose in a certain way to get on both the inlet of the turbo and the original intake pipe on the car, and it's just not going to work out in your favor. So take these off to give yourself more like bendability of the hose, if that's even a word, okay? But just fair warning, take these off all the way. Put them on around after you get it on the intake pipe, when you get it back on the turbo inlet, and then go about your way. All right, inlet is on. You can see it down there where that clamp is. We are good to go now. So it is on the car. Listen, inlets, they're gonna add more power to it. It's gonna feel better, it's gonna drive better, it's gonna have better throttle response, it's gonna have better boost, pressure, build up. It's not gonna have much lag. If you're looking for an inlet, simple, easy, kind of put on, you got to fight with a couple things like the clamp. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it is something to consider. If you want to work on that, want to do a simple modification to add some better power to it, maybe you don't want to change out the intake, maybe you don't want to do a lot of things, you just want to do something simple to get some better performance, do the inlet. RacerX, you know we like their stuff. We did it on the flame blue this time. Holler at me in the next video. We got some stuff coming to the GR Corolla, because I'm literally gonna leave in this video and drive a couple hours to go pick up something I want for my car, and we're gonna be going from there. So that is it. Catch us on the next one. Peace.